A relief concert will replace this year's World Creole Music Festival. Government is diverting the funds towards the restoration of the country. Douglas Charles Airport ready for commercial flights, and PAHO donates tons of medical supplies in support of Dominica's relief efforts. I am Julian Morris with the Channel 5 News. The details coming up.
At Quartz, it's the biggest mattress clearance event of the year. We're making room for all new models. So, for a limited time, purchase any mattress, base, or divan and get a second one half price. Everything must go. So, head down to Quartz now and take advantage of the biggest mattress clearance event of the year with nothing down and nothing to pay for 90 days. Only at Quartz. Quartz, bringing value home.
Yes, Patrice?
Doc, your 2 o'clock is ready when you are.
Okay, bring him in. Hi, Kyle. Come and sit and talk to me. Kyle, your mom brought you here because she's worried about you.
I'm okay.
I hear you have a new friend named Ricardo.
Ricardo is my brother's friend. We take a lot of pictures together. He gets really happy and gives me all the toys I want.
How do you feel when you take all those pictures?
Sometimes he asks me to do things that hurt, but the pain goes away.
1 in 5 boys and 1 in 3 girls under 18 is sexually abused in the Caribbean. Treating the symptoms doesn't treat the abuse. Reporting is easy and it's confidential. Break the silence. Child abuse is one secret you should not keep. You are right to tell. For further information on child abuse, call 266-3020 or 266-3080.
Let's be conscious and beware. The climate is changing everywhere. Let's promote more healthy lands to withstand the change at hand. Grow and plant a tree. Let's restore the forest. Be a lot more conservative with our farming practices. Keep our environment more clean and green. Put an end to all the polluting. For it is our natural beauty we promoting. Let us build resilience against the hurricanes. Stronger homes in our communities. Make a change. Let us be proactive. Rally, rethink, rally, respond, and oppose the pollution. Promote more water conservation. Whoa. Rally, rethink, rally, respond. Plants around the river banks. Sustain the water on the land. Yeah, yeah.
Climate change is real. Our actions do matter. Rally, rethink, respond. A message from the OECS and USAID.
There's a place in Portsmouth that's mellow.
The products and services are just mellow.
Located on Harbour Lane in Portsmouth, next to the St. John's School, it's Milo's Bakery.
Milo's Bakery offers a wide variety of tasty pastries and breads for your satisfaction.
Baked fresh and soft.
So come to Milo's for your tasty pastries. Open from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday to Saturday and from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Sundays.
Call 445-4044 today.
A world leader in manufacturing for the cutting professional, Makita's very own diamond blades provide maximum efficiency for coring, cutting, and polishing all types of masonry.
Another good product put out again by Makita.
Longer life, durability, optimum performance. Makita diamond blades provide a powerful edge that lasts.
Nothing nicer than having a good blade.
Go beyond the ordinary. Go with Makita.
It's movies, entertainment, sports, news, travel, cuisine, and arts. Pink TV is here. With over 80 great channels to choose from to satisfy your entertainment needs no matter what. Watch all your pay-per-view programs with ease. Tier services included Fox Soccer Plus, Speed TV, and tennis. Watch quality local programming like the Channel 5 News and Ion Sports, all from the comfort of your home in full digital and HD. The thrill, the scale, and the emotion. Marpin 2k4 Pink TV, bringing value home because life is better with Marpin.
And the decision is final. No World Creole Music Festival this year.
Tropical Storm Erica is to blame since its impact has forced government to divert resources on restoration of the country. However, a 3-day relief concert is replacing the 19th edition of the Creole Music Festival. The tourism minister made the official announcement to the media on Friday.
Most artists scheduled to perform this year have declared their willingness to postpone their performance to next year. In these messages of solidarity, patrons and members of the private sector have expressed their willingness to support a relief concert to aid in Dominica's recovery. As a result, we have spoken to the various leaders of the private sector, including Lime, Deepex, Crazy Coconuts, the National Credit Union, Arden Sound, Carib, Digicel, Petro Carib, and the Discover Dominica Authority, so that the private sector can come up with a relief concert that will span the same 3 days. So especially those persons who have paid for their tickets to come to Dominica and are expecting to come to Dominica, even to help and assist in our recovery, can still come to Dominica during those days to ensure that they're part of that relief effort.
Tong says a follow-up meeting will be held on Tuesday next week, and the group of private sector entities will make a formal statement about their plans next Wednesday. WCMF was initially planned for October 30 to November 1st.
There was a special on tickets, and we've actually sold 500 tickets. So persons who are willing, persons who want to get a refund will be able to get a refund on those tickets. But we will have to decide a particular period of time so that it can be done properly. Persons have been issued with receipts, so obviously they'll have to bring their receipts and preferably their ID to ensure that nobody takes somebody's receipt and comes and gets a refund and that type of stuff. Or persons who want to donate that money towards the rebuild of Dominica can say, hey, put that towards rebuilding, and that can be done also.
Meantime, Prime Minister Skerrit says, who is also the Minister for Finance, says any funds received by government, whether from local or international sources, it will be focused on priority areas.
He was responding to a question at a press briefing on Thursday about the possibility of staging the World Creole Music Festival.
As the Minister of Finance, I've already taken a decision to cut a number of activities which the government normally engages in that cost money. Because I have to calculate in my mind how much money I need to raise as the Minister of Finance to build homes for people who've been affected, to restore these bridges, river defense walls. The roads on the West Coast has serious damage on the West Coast, several sections. And the Nicholas Liverpool Highway, there are several sections that have been badly beaten.
Mr. Skerrit says the country is going to need to raise a lot of money and has asked people who oppose that view to be practical.
What we are seeking to do is to say those who have been contracted, to engage those who have been contracted to see whether, one, they would return the deposit, and secondly, to defer, in some cases, the performance to next year.
The government now has to set aside several activities funded by the state, according to the Prime Minister.
If we go ahead, for example, and host this Creole Festival, and people who have taken the money that they don't have to help you in this very difficult time, what are they going to say? That you fetting in Dominica while our people catching hell, and, you know, and man whining on woman with a beer, kubudi beer in each hand, and we have to build homes for you? For example, the Mexican government, and I'll say so publicly, the Mexican government had already approved $5 million for the construction of the indoor facility at Stockford. The government has already taken a decision to divert that $5 million to construct homes for the people of the Savannah, without blinking of an eye, because the priorities have changed.
And the Channel 5 news team went to the city of Roseau on Friday to see how business had been picking up following Erica. They went to the marketplace. Julian Graham has this report.
As you can see, the vendors are back at the market, but they have some issues that they hope will be heard. So we are with the Fountain sisters from Grand Bay, who are also farmers and at the market right now selling their produce. But they have a few issues that they would like to have addressed. Miss Fountain, tell us, what is the issue you would like to have addressed?
We want to know how long they're going to stay there cleaning the market. We want them to do it as fast as, because the smell from the sewer and the thing that Cat is leaking oil and we cannot breathe. We have to cover our face. From yesterday afternoon when we come down about 3 o'clock, that smell is there. The sewage smell and the oil.
Since the storm, this is the first week that you all have started back selling in the market?
No, last week we were there too. But that is the first week, the first week the oil is affecting us there. From the time they start cleaning that, and the sewage, I don't know what they do to it if it bursts, but it's really, and as you can see, you stand in there and you can smell it too.
Have you been getting customers coming in, seeing that there's an issue with the smell and the whole scenery?
Yes, and the sale is very slow. I don't know if that is the reason, but the sale is very slow. The customers are not coming. My prices are the same. And it's much bigger, as you can see the pepper. $2 carrot. Look at $2 carrot. That is very reasonable, you know. $2 carrot, $1.50 avocado, $2 for cabbage. That is very reasonable. We never bring up the prices.
Maybe banana that's scarce, they may be putting it a little more expensive and dash it, but look at the size of my pepper. Nothing to get more.
How much do you sell your peppers?
$2 a bag.
One of the main issues that the vendors brought up is the issue of the smell coming from the sewer line that broke from the time of the storm. One of the workers at the site has informed Channel 5 News that DOASCO is working on the issue and Public Works will soon come to repair the roads. We can only hope that their concerns will be addressed and things will return to normal soon. I am Julian Graham Carter reporting for Channel 5 News.
And Marpin 2k4 has been doing its part in helping to bring a level of comfort to displaced people from Pitted Savan at the grammar school and 2 locations in Granby.
Marpin has responded positively to a request by government to install cable at the youth center in Granby, where some of the Pitted Savan evacuees are now based. The cable company has also taken the initiative to provide free television service to residents at the Granby Resource Center. These people represent the majority of those displaced from Dubic by Tropical Storm Erica.
We got the idea, I must say, from one of our prominent technicians, Mr. Nigel Benjamin, and he suggested that as part of the relief process that we should provide cable service to the evacuees at the different shelters. So we spoke to Miss Doreen Dura at the Dominica Grammar School, and we told her that we are more than willing to provide cable service to the people there so that they could get a little form of entertainment and something to dissipate their mind while they are not at their homes, but a home away from home. We contacted different business places, namely Quartz asked the fans to get a donation of a television. And Quartz was more than willing and able to donate a flat screen TV to us. And we connected, actually we did the installation sometime last week. The people of Pitted Savan, they were able to enjoy the Ping TV service that we provide here at Marpin 2k4. So we are happy that we were able to bring some sort of entertainment to them.
What about Granby? You've done something in Granby as well.
We actually did 2 other connections, one at the Resource Center in Granby and one at the Youth Center in Granby. And we can say the Resource Center, the young men at the Resource Center were actually enjoying football when we went there to see what was happening. And they were really happy that they were able to at least look at sports, even though they weren't at home, but they were able to, you know, congregate and discuss the sports that they were looking at. So we can say that we are well on the way with helping with the relief and restoring services at the different locations.
We are here because of the damage caused to our community by the storm, Tropical Storm Erica. So we are evacuees here. And so far we have been receiving a lot of help, you know, from different agencies, religious groups, you know, Dominicans on a whole above here and abroad. And one of the help we got is like from Marpin, you know, and they gave us like cable TV with, you know, and provide us with cable. So this is very good. I mean, we are making full use of it, especially for the kids. You know, there are times during the day where we take them to that room that we have set up with the TV, and so that they could enjoy themselves, do schoolwork, you know. So yeah. So all in all, I want to say thank you very much. This is helping us. I mean, It's all about getting our minds off, what has happened. If we could think otherwise during the day, it would also help us, So all in all, thanks very much. We really appreciate it.
Andrea Louis, Channel 5 News.
In other news now, Scotiabank has provided $50,000 to pave the way for Red Cross to deliver more humanitarian relief to storm-stricken communities.
The bank handed over a $50,000 check to Red Cross on Thursday to help the organization with its restoration efforts and distribution of aid to storm victims in the aftermath of Storm Erika. The bank's newly appointed country manager, Bahamian Paula Hart, says affected Dominicans can expect more aid from the bank.
We've also received contributions from our other Caribbean parts, the other countries, in terms of St. Kitts and St. Martin and Grenada. They've sent us supplies that we will distribute as well to the community here in Dominica. We got St. Martin's yesterday. St. Kitts is on the dock as we speak. There's water, there's food, there's clothing, there's linen, so it's across the board. We're going to partner with the government agency to find out exactly which communities have been really affected, get a listing of those persons, what they need, and then we will bag it to them and take them to those communities.
The bank's employees also conducted a cleanup of the Collio Primary School on Saturday, and Hearts envision Scotia getting involved in other recovery activities related to Storm Erika.
We're looking at 2 additional projects that I'm not at liberty to speak at right now, but we will be doing some other things here in Dominica.
Okay.
And it will be as it relates to the younger people, children, and them being impacted. Okay. Because we have a program, The Bright Future, that focuses on children and their programs.
You're watching Channel 5 News. Coming up, the latest on the Douglas Charles Airport.
Here's a cool way to make some quick cash with the Dominica National Lottery. Simply go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/Dominica National Lottery, and like our page. Fill out a simple form, and that's it. Every week, one lucky fan will win $250. Yep, 250 big ones just for liking our page. How cool is that? So what are you waiting for? Hurry to facebook.com/Dominica National Lottery and start winning. Draw takes place every Friday.
It's a September to remember, only at Courts, with deals max all across the store for a limited time only. So you've got to get yours now. You also get door busters. Yes! Every day from the 10th to the 17th, enjoy a different door buster at a ridiculously low price. Deals have never been so great. Stock is limited, so you've got to get to Courts now. Now! Now! It's a September to remember, only at Courts. Courts, bringing value home.
We are back again. Poem Numbers, the maths program which makes mathematics easy to understand. Poem Numbers starts on 14th September with very interesting brain teasers with chances to win gifts and prizes. Tune in, 14th September, Poem Numbers. We are back.
This is freedom, this is life. Happiness is all I'm seeking. Carpe diem, I'm seizing every day, not just the weekend. Here's to all the good times that
when you can afford what you crave, life just gets so good.
I'm so alive and I'm feeling good, so good, so good, so good. Hey,
KFC, so good for everyone.
Thank you for staying with us. The Douglas Charles Airport has been deemed fit for commercial flights.
The announcement was made by Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit when he addressed the nation Thursday night. Flights from Liat's ATR-42 and ATR-72 aircrafts could be making regular stops to Dominica from early next week.
The CEO of Liat has said to me, and he said to the government, that Liat will restore services to Douglas Charles Airport as early as Monday, but no later than Tuesday they will commence operation. Obviously, they'll have to take a couple of days to put the scheduling in the system and so forth.
Approval was given for flights into Dominica following an inspection by the Eastern Caribbean Civil Aviation Authority.
The CEO of Liat, Mr. Evans, and also the Director General of the Eastern Caribbean Civil Aviation Authority and a contingent from that authority and also the chief pilot of LIAT and all the senior staff of LIAT were all at the airport doing their own independent assessment and investigation and viewing, and both are satisfied that the Douglas Chelsea Airport is at a state where commercial flights can be channeled through into Douglas Charles.
Skerritt says the reopening of the Douglas Charles Airport was a priority for government.
The first objective of the government at the time after the storm was to have the runway cleared of all debris and also to clear the terminal building, because the objective was to get the airport operational as soon as practically possible. And a number of assets were deployed to the airport and to ensure that focused attention was given to the airport, because one understands the importance of the Douglas Chelsea Airport to our country, and it being closed, will create major challenges for us.
Win Air and the Seaborne Airlines have received approval to land safely in Dominica.
And the majority of Dominica's tourist sites remain accessible following the passage of Tropical Storm Erica.
During the tropical storm, landslides and flooding caused damage to the road network, thereby hindering access to some parts of the island. Roads are largely passable around the country except for Bagatelle to Petite-Savanne to Dalis, Boitica to Dalis, Wet Area, and Warner to Layu via Sultan Road. There are 45 documented sites on island, with 7 being considered top sites, namely Trafalgar Falls, Emerald Pool, Champagne Reef, T2 Gorge, Indian River, an adventure park in Layu, and Bois-Cotelet.
Out of these, we have complete access to 4 of them. What does that mean? That means with your vehicle, you could drive up to Trafalgar Falls, you could drive to Emerald Pool, normally you would access Champagne Reef via boat. You could still do that and enjoy the reef. T2 Gorge, you can drive to T2 Gorge. Indian River, we have been informed, and we have observed that you could still take a boat and go to the Indian River and enjoy the Indian River. As a matter of fact, the falls, and Emerald Pool, and T2 Gorge have been enhanced. They are much more beautiful right now.
There are limitations in accessing some sites. However, the aim is to sort out these difficulties before the start of the tourist season on 5th October.
With regards to the 2 other areas, the road has been severely impacted by landslides. Well, one area, but that we have been assured that area should be prepared by the time the season starts October 5. With regards to the Layu Valley, I did indicate to you that while we have been advised that Warner to Layu via Sultan Road has been impacted heavily by the overflowing water, one attraction down the Layu in the Hillsborough area has been impacted, but there are already plans afoot to advance access via an alternate road.
Jacques also addressed concerns about the Boyden Lake and the Waitukubuli National Trail.
The Boyden Lake is still accessible. There are about two or three slides. You would access the Boyden Lake. You could still access the Boyden Lake. However, it is not advisable that if it's raining heavily that you would venture, because the slides, you would have to walk over the slides, cross the slides. It is doable, but it is still a little risky. So that has elevated a bit, if you will, the level of challenge involved in reaching the lake. The National Trail, this is a challenge, of course. You would appreciate it takes 8 days to collect data, 8 days to walk the trail. We are in discussion with some of our partners to walk the length of the trail and give us a comprehensive report.
Andrea Louis, Channel 5 News.
In related news, Dominica's hotel occupancy is set to be back to normal in time for the new tourist season.
On 27th August, Tropical Storm Erica impacted Dominica, leaving damage not just to houses and roads, but to hotels, guest houses, and structures important to the tourism industry. As the country is slowly putting its life back together, hoteliers and the stakeholders in the tourism industry have been preparing for the opening of the season on 5th October. Minister for Tourism, Robert Tong, updated the nation on the progress of the hotel preparedness at a press briefing Thursday night.
Pre-Erica, there were 94 properties, which equates to 1,022 rooms. Post-Erica, there are 72 fully operational properties, which means that over 76% of our properties are ready and willing to accept persons. And 10 are non-operational, but of which 9 of these are expected to be fully operational before the peak season, and the peak season is really between the months of October and to November moving forward. By the peak season, we'll have 81 properties that will be fully operational.
Minister Tong also advised the Dominicans to support the tourism industry as the country seeks to gain and generate revenue in the aftermath of the tropical storm.
We implore on persons to share the video that they will find on the Discover Dominica site, which shows that Dominica is ready to accept business, because as we know, tourism is second to agriculture, and we have to ensure that we bring in some form of revenue into the country. And we also employ on persons to ensure that we use our local produce in terms of our poultry, our pork, to ensure that the local agricultural sector benefits from the effects of tourism.
The tourism season runs from October to April each year. Andrea Louis, Channel 5 News.
4 tons of medical supplies have been donated to Dominica's relief effort by the Pan American Health Organization.
These PAHO supplies were located in Haiti, transported to the Dominican Republic, then airlifted to Dominica. Once in Dominica, ground transportation of these supplies was facilitated by the government of the Netherlands. Communicable diseases and health analyst in PAHO, currently on island, says the supplies will greatly assist in Dominica's recovery efforts.
There are 10 pallets, 4 tons of medical supplies and medicines. This should cover the needs of what was included in the list of medical supplies from the Dominican government. So there are IV fluids and medications and oral rehydration salts, etc.
The PAHO contingent on island has been very supportive of the local health sector.
We're helping monitoring health trends, particularly of those persons who are displaced and are staying at shelters. We want to make sure that we're able to keep them healthy. So we're working with the Ministry of Health and supporting them in whatever needs there may be. We're also facilitating the rotation of medical personnel coming to Dominica to give the healthcare workers of Dominica a little bit of a respite and a break, so they can also handle their own situations and their own losses. Today we have healthcare workers arriving from Guadeloupe. We've had healthcare workers from the government of St. Vincent, of St. Lucia. I think that the solidarity of the people of the Americas are with you, and we've seen a lot of shows of collaboration to demonstrate that.
Public health specialist in the Ministry of Health says PAHO has been key in sourcing medical supplies and providing technical support since the passage of Tropical Storm Erica.
Health has become not just a national issue, but issues of health is international in the sense that what affects one affects the other, and so there is an international collaborative approach in how we deal with issues like this, particularly in times of crisis. And so we have seen assistance coming from a range of countries, a number of countries and organizations, and key to this has been the Pan American Health Organization.
Andrea Louis, Channel 5 News.
As a result of the broken roads at the entrance to the Chinese Friendship Bridge, motorists heading to KFC and Save-A-Lot have to be redirected. Lurian Graham Carter explains the new directions which are in effect until the bridge is once again operational.
Drive down from Hanover Street onto Ship Street. Turn left from Ship Street onto Old Street. From Old Street, continue onto Washington Street and take a left onto Riverbank. From Riverbank, enter the drive-through. To exit the drive-through, turn on to Ling Lane. From Ling Lane, turn right onto Long Lane.
And if you live in flood-prone areas, you have reason to be cautious this weekend. The flood warning is still in effect. The weather report is next.
Good evening, Dominica, and welcome to tonight's weather broadcast. I'm your presenter, Marshall Alexander. We begin by taking a look at earlier infrared satellite imagery and what it showed. This area of convection associated with the remnants of grace. Now taking a look at earlier radar imagery and what it indicated, showers and thunderstorm activity associated with the remnants of grace moving across the area. Now, tonight's weather is expected to be cloudy with showers and thunderstorms, and a flood warning remains in effect for Dominica until 6 a.m. tomorrow. As a result, persons in areas prone to flooding, landslides and falling rocks, you're advised to exercise extreme caution. A gradual improvement in conditions is expected tomorrow as the day progresses. Sea conditions are expected to be moderate in open water with waves peaking near 7 feet. Conditions for the next 3 days: occasional cloudy skies with scattered showers can be expected during the next 3 days. Taking a look at the bigger picture, occasional cloudy skies expected across the Lesser Antilles with scattered showers tomorrow. Our international cities forecast: some thunderstorm activity can be expected in New York, Miami, and Caracas. Partly cloudy to cloudy skies with scattered showers expected in London, with clear skies expected in Beijing. Sunrise tomorrow will be at 5:53 a.m. and sunset will be at 6:10 p.m. Please remember that we are in the hurricane season. For more information, you can call the weather hotline at 447-5555 or visit our website at weather.gov.dm. Thanks for viewing. Have a good night.
And to end the news, the headlines again: a relief concert to replace this year's World Creole Music Festival. Government will be diverting the funds towards the restoration of the country. Douglas Charles Airport is ready for commercial flights, and PAHO donates tons of medical supplies in support of Dominica's relief efforts. You can send us your questions and comments to news@marpin2k4.com. On behalf of the production team, I am Julian. Thank you for watching. Do have a good weekend and stay safe.